This time, we'd like to introduce the presiding official, Brigadier General Reese.
Thanks, Master Guns. I'm going to do this from right here, a little bit more personal. What a great day, weather-wise, but what a great day to recognize 20 years of faithful service. Top, I appreciate you including me in your day and Michelle's. This all started back in 1989 when a young man from Michigan and a little bit of time in Mexico decided he was going to join the Marine Corps. So in 1989, Parris Island, San Diego, for the first time, because he's been to both depots, and I'll try to cover that, welcomed him with yellow footprints and open arms at the depot, and he went there, did the normal things that most recruits do, came out of there as a Marine, as a private, and went off to supply school at Camp Johnson. Went through all the courses there, and he came out and he went to CLR 25, and he went to the SMU, the Sassy Management Unit. From there, like a lot of folks at that time, did a lot of caxes. So you must have been to and from the desert a number of times. But he also had the opportunity to go to Norway, which is a great opportunity because you get to see everything in the Marine Corps. And if you get a chance to go from the cold of Norway and from the desert for the cax, you get to challenge yourself, and you get just as the Marines say, every climb in place. So he saw that very early in his career. Top had the opportunity to serve in both the desert and the cold. At that point in time, he was meritoriously promoted to Lance Corporal, subsequently promoted to Corporal, and went back to the depot at this point in time as a Corporal at San Diego, and went back there, and he was made the driver. Now, the CG's driver. Now, for those of you that don't know this, and I think most of the Marines know this, they don't select just anybody to be the CG's driver. You've got to have it in one bag, and as I found out in working with Top here in LP, he had it then, and he's got it now. He told me he drove for General Studs and General Kelly. General Kelly being for those that might have remembered him, he refreshed my memory yesterday, a Navy Cross Award winner from Vietnam. Must have been an extraordinary opportunity to drive for those two gents at that point in time. Promoted to sergeant, and they put it down to the recruit clothing issue point. Now at the depot, that takes a lot of attention to detail, and it's probably a very busy place, I'd imagine, at that point in time. So he's earning his pay on a daily basis down there as a 3043. After the tour at the recruit depot, we sent him over to Okinawa in Japan. He worked in the maintenance float side at a MAC squadron, a Marine Air Control Squadron. And so already in his career, he's been to Norway, he's been to 29 Palms, been to the recruit depot twice, and now he gets to Oki. that's not bad geography to kind of learn the world, as we all tend to do, and he's doing it all very well. After just 1 year there, he goes back and to the Marine Corps Supply School, and they make him unit property. He's the color sergeant, so you're starting to see a trend here that a lot of folks think he's got it in one bag, because a color sergeant is anything that they just make anybody. And I start seeing a theme in his career at this point in time, because he gets into the destructive weather planning, and that'll come up 2 more times throughout where he's touched on this. He performs those functions there, and I'd imagine the color sergeant keeps him pretty busy, and that's just one of those additional things that you just kind of take with every now and then. All of us have been taken with those things every now and then. They keep us awful busy. At the tail end, promoted to staff sergeant, and he graduates with honors from the Chiefs course at that point in time. Comes out of that tour, and he goes back to the recruit depot. This time, though, as a drill instructor, as both a junior drill instructor and a senior drill instructor. Honcho's 7 classes through, and then he's made the curriculum director for the senior drill instructors course. That's quite a compliment. For those of you, now I've never been a drill instructor, okay? He has, and some of you have. To watch the drill instructor's course and the rigor that goes through that course is eye-watering. The folks that have been through it tell me it's harder to go through the drill instructor course than it is to go through boot camp. To put that regiment together, though, takes a keen set of eyes to make all that happen. So folks early on noticed something in his attention to detail, CG's driver, color sergeant, things like on the drill field, and he continues to perform very well. 2002, comes off the drill field, and he goes to CLR 15. He's tapped as an IA as the ground war's kicking off here, and he serves with JTF Consequence Management. Now, for those who don't remember that for the ground war, that was that group that was put together in case there was an NBC threat of how we were going to handle it. I remember watching these guys as we were down in Kuwait, and all I remember is the alarms going off, getting to your bunkers and sitting in there, putting on your gas mask and hoping nothing would happen. Because at the start, there was a credible threat that, hey, something was going to happen. I know we had a missile go overhead. We had a Patriot battery shoot a missile out of the air. We heard it crash close to us, and we're sitting there going, I wonder if there's any chem in there. And I wonder if these guys who are charged with taking care of that are set to go. They were, and it's guys like that that pulled that off. Came back, went back to the desert again for OIF2, worked in the SMU, and about a 7-month tour, wasn't it at that point in time, Tough? At that point in time, showed his diversity again, and went on an I&I tour at MWSG 47. Never been on I&I duty, but learning enough about it across a couple of years, you become a jack of all trades. And although he's the supply chief, that's just one of those small things that's your primary duty, but there's lots of other things that occupy your time, and you quickly become a jack of all trades. You have to be an independent operator. You've got to have the responsibility to take something on and accomplish the mission. Everything we've seen in his career up to date put him in total control for this. He executed extremely well. After he completed that tour, we were lucky enough to get him an LP in 2007 for the